Hello and Merry Christmas, everyone. This is Jekyll Geek's RPG Reel. I am Jekyll Geek, and this is my RPG Reel. If you haven't been noticing the recent things with DC20, a big update came with just a couple days ago when the .10 beta rules have been released. And thus, I need to do something very important by tomorrow, which is recreate my Cleric character, which is I is the game I play on Fridays. Thankfully, Charles, the great GM who keeps me from being the forever DM of my games, allows me to play a cleric there, and thus we will see. We'll create my new human cleric, and for that, we we will start by uh, combat. Yeah, I have to look through the everything. But we will do our attributes. I will be Jekyll Geek, and my character's name is Father Edmund. And thus, you do. Well, you wouldn't know Father Edmund because you aren't playing my games, but Father Edmund is a cleric of Pharasma, which, if you play Pathfinder, you know she is the death god of that game. And Father Edmund used to be a thief. So, thus, first thing you do is your attributes. And with my attributes, I will, of course, put agility as my best one, then intelligence, then might, and then charisma, which then I can do two more, which I'm going to minus one and add one to might, making it a one. But I think anybody who cares about this is going to not care about this because you already know about this. Let's skip all this stuff where I do skills and stuff and get on to the new cool stuff with 0.10. Okay, and I just spent a couple minutes going over all my skills and choosing the basic human features since I'm a human cleric. Thus, I was able to increase my intelligence and get pretty much all the skills that aren't in charisma or might, which I'm not that good at. And I have a couple of things in religion, lockpicking, and history, being Edmund's trades. But now we can go on the cool stuff which a cleric can do. But first, we have to get their stuff, which is three things: a spell focus, a weapon, or a light shield. I already picked my basic melee weapon, which is a short sword. Short swords are really good weapons. Let's see, go on to but the new thing we can get is something called a spell focus. Let's see, go over here. Spell focuses are a new thing for .10, which is again cool stuff like a wand or a ritual bell, but being my character being who he is a cleric, so he would have a uh, let's go to equipment. Uh, Short sword, light armor, holy symbol. So he picks up I'm going to pick up the warded principle. So I have MDR, which is, I have res some reduction versus umbral, radiant, and psychic damage. Umbral being very important because I'm playing in a ported version of Tyrant's Grasp, and there are a lot of undead in this adventure path, so that would be very good for him to take. But there's a lot of other things that you can take, like a bonus to spell checks, or you can get a better range. But I'm just going to go with my good old fashioned holy symbol. But the other thing, next thing I can check with my character is I can my class features is I pick two domains, and one of the domains I've taken is I can get dark vision, which I find that dark vision is not something everybody needs. But if you're going to be the party scout, and ironically, I am the party scout because even though he is a cleric, Father Edmund used to be a thief, so he is the party scout. Being he also has maxed out stealth, and we can look on these all these nice different uh, things to pick. But one thing I'm going to pick because I'm going to need to help out my party being from keeping them dying. I'm going to pick the grave domain, which when my allies are 1/4 or less, they take one less point of damage. So I'm going to pick grave, which would pick out since I'm on a holy mission from my goddess Pharasma, her being the god of death, the healing, and repose. So that I think that would figure out blessings, which have changed. But one thing is, I've learned that having the free healing is very nice, especially since I picked up a talent which gives me one free blessing each combat. And I found it in a Pathfinder port. It tends to prefer mini single combats, so I get extra use out of that feature. But I think the most important thing we're looking for is, let's see, not combat rules, spells. And let's see, I'm going to just, for the purposes of this video, I'm going to create up to level 4, meaning that I pick up my 2 path points. And for that, let's see, 1, 4 plus 5, and each path point, I get an extra spell. So that'd be 5, 6, 7. I have to pick 7 spells. Yeah, for counting. And even though the cleric has the one of the most meager spell lists, I do get a lot more stuff in this version. Being uh, they checked out about 47 spells. This is one of the things the dev made, but it's 47 spells, which means the cleric, which gets the least amount of spells. And if you're worried about how many their meager spell lists, you can go to when you're picking your cleric domains. You can pick magic, which I was thinking of maybe doing, but there's nothing that I absolutely needed to have. You can just pick extra spells, so with a spell tag that you can just look and see the other classes spell list and snag a spell from them if you can figure out a god or goddess or deity or whatever that has the spell you like. But there's still a lot of nice stuff. But the first things I'm going to go with is the two of the spells that I used very much would be Radiant Bolt, because it is nice to have a even though the official cantrips have left, I still colloquially think of cantrip as any spell that does not require mana, but Radiant Bolt is one of those. And because I am the party's healer, I have the heal spell. But for the purposes of leveling up to level 4, I need about 4 more spells. So most of the spells that I can get is in the invocation tree. And one nice thing that I can do now is take the cleanse spell. Because in the last session that I played in, I had enemies that cast Doom. And the thing is, if you need to know about how Doom and healing spells act,
You are nothing to do.
but fortunately, due to 0.10, there's the cleanse spell, which is another mana less cost, unless you're doing something big like Doom, but is another spell that you can cast to have your opponent, your allies, not have to deal with any of those nasty negative conditions. So I am also going to pick the cleanse spell. And okay, and we have 3 spells, which means I have 4 others to pick. And I'm going to get next the divination, which is the bless spell, which has made a big change. And I understand why the devs wanted this to change, because I had to, I also run DC20 and it is as a DM, and it is a bit of a headache to have everyone have to add a D4 to every single roll. So, but this is a nice, even though it is a bit of a nerf, you can get a D8 instead of a D4, or if you roll well enough, a D10 add to a roll, which is very nice. And I think I will pick that up, my character, because that is still a lot of D8s. Say if I was giving this to the group's barbarian Zarka, or one of the other main DPS characters. But there's another couple of interesting spells that I like. I'm looking forward to. Is next is a spell called the dark. Actually, I might pick up darkness as well. But let's see. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is nice that I can. Yeah, I might pick up darkness because I do have this darkness cleric domain, which I can use to just simply hide because I can attach it to myself. And I can increase the duration, or even if yeah, I could even cast light eater to that. If my opponents have to deal with tortures, I can just cast darkness on I'll cast darkness on them, and only I can see in the dark. Ha ha ha! Which is very nice because pretty much everyone can cast darkness. Darkness for everyone. But the other interesting spell I was looking at called Sanctuary. It makes, if you're not attacking, you can, yeah, all attacks made against you have disadvantage. And since I am the party scout, it is a very nice thing for me to have. Because being the party scout, I might run into a situation where I'm put forward, and I don't want to try to fight everyone by myself. So Sanctuary is very nice for that. And there is also a commander in the party who goes by the name of Marcus, and he might also spend all his AP trying to bolster his allies, or I might spend all my AP trying to bolster my allies, and thus not have any extra AP to make an attack a turn, which makes Sanctuary a very nice and tasty thing. But that is one, two, three, four, five, six, and let's see, any other important clerical spells that I can take. Okay, I thought over it and thought over it, and I thought of a very interesting idea. Is the psychic wave spell? I was thinking of doing it because has several combat properties that I like. Is that it targets 80, which you see, as opposed to PD, the precision defense. This targets area defense, so it has something that I could use for that, and it is well, it's technically a melee self range, so it is a melee ranged spell. Even even so, it can target several people. This will allow me to do stuff like help my barbarian companion. I can give her flanking and use this spell to attack their their AD and give her the +2 to attack from flanking. I think she might have pack tactics, so it might even be better. So, and it also has this nice knockback thing, which I can use it as a sort of way to attack at them, spin an MP, and knock them back so I can move away if need be, if I'm being crowded out. So I think for my seventh spell, I will pick Psychic Wave. And for talents, I already know what talents I was going to pick. Since I use Radiant Burst, Radiant Bolt a lot, I picked at level 2, I picked the Pack spell with for Radiant Bolt. So talents, Pack spell, and for my level 4 talent, let's see where. Okay, class talents, clerics. I picked Bountiful Blessings. So I get a free blessing every time combat starts, which for the way Tyrant's Grasp has been set out, I found that very beneficial. So I'm going to pick that again. And there I have it. Other than just filling out the, I'm going to pick a human and cleric. But other than that, the rest of what I'm doing is just a bunch of number filling in. I can fill that out without boring you. And but I've hoped you found this video entertaining and at least slightly educational. And as Jekyll Geek of Jekyll Geek's RPG Realm, I hope you have a good rest of your day.